Hi, hello friends, welcome to the channel. In today's session, we'll be seeing part 2 of the Mechatronics Unit 2. Question number 11. Dash are the general purpose digital computers. Option A is given as microprocessor, option number B is given as microcontroller. Dash are general purpose digital computers. If general purpose digital computers are asked, then the answer will be none other than microprocessor. Microprocessor is a general purpose digital computer and microcontroller is a special purpose digital computer. Keep that in mind. Question number 11. Dash a general purpose digital computers. I'm going with option number A, microprocessor. Question number 12. Dash has special purpose digital computers. If general purpose is asked, we are going with microprocessor, and this is special purpose digital computer means this is a microcontroller. So I'm going with option number B, microcontroller. Microprocessor means it is attached only with CPU on a single IC chip is called a microprocessor. But a microcontroller means it contains RAM, ROM along with CPU and other internal components. RAM, ROM and CPU that comprises called a microcontroller. So it is for a special purpose, and microprocessor is for general purpose. For all digital computers will be having a microprocessor, but for not all digital computers we won't have a microcontroller. It is only basically made for a special purpose. Microcontroller is made for a special purpose, so it's called special purpose digital computers. Question number 13. Which of the following is true for microprocessor? Option number A is given as it has one or two types of bit handling instructions. Option number B option B says it has an IC which has only the CPU inside them. Option number C says it has many OP codes for moving data from external memory to the CPU. Option number D says all the above. We know option number B is right, and we have studied it in the previous class also. It has a single integrated chip which has only the CPU inside them. As I told you before, CPU in microprocessor means CPU built on a single IC chip. Moreover, option number A and C are also right. It has one or two types of bit handling instructions. It has only one or two types of bit handling instructions, and it has many OP codes for moving data from external memory to the CPU. It has many OP codes. OP code means some set of codes that are used for transferring of data. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. Question number 14. Which of the following is true for a microcontroller? Which the above question was for microprocessor, and the below question 14 is for microcontroller. Option number A is given as it has many bit handling instructions. Option number B is given as it has a CPU in addition with fixed amount of RAM, ROM and other peripherals. Peripheral means accessories. All embedded on a single chip. CPU, RAM, ROM and other peripherals are embedded on a single chip. There only CPU was embedded on a single chip. Option number C is given as it has one or more OP codes for moving the data. There it has many OP codes, but here it has only one or two OP codes for moving the data from CPU, from external memory to the CPU, and D is given as all the above. The question was which of the following was true for microcontroller. Option A says it has many bit handling instructions. It has a CPU in addition with the fixed amount of RAM, ROM and other peripherals all embedded on a single IC chip that are combined in a single IC chip. It has many bit handling instructions. Microcontroller has many bit handling instructions, whereas microprocessor only one or two bit handling instructions. In microprocessor, only CPU was embedded in a single IC chip. Here RAM, ROM, CPU along with other peripherals means accessories are embedded on a single IC chip. Here that is in microprocessor we have many OP codes for moving data from external memory to the CPU, but here we have only one or two OP codes for moving external memory to the CPU. I am going with option number D, all the above. Question number 15. Among the two, which has higher clock speed? Option A is given as microprocessor. Option number B is given as microcontroller. Option number C is both. We should know that microprocessor has a higher clock speed. So I'm going to option number A. Among the two which has higher clock speed, microprocessor have high clock speed. So I'm going with option number A, microprocessor. Question number 16. Dash based system requires less hardware. Option number A is given as microprocessor. Option number B is given as microcontroller. For this answer, you only guess which requires less hardware. In microprocessor, there is only CPU. Microprocessor means CPU is only CPU is built on a single IC chip. But in the case of microcontrollers, we have CPU, RAM, ROM, and other peripherals. So, which requires less hardware? Of course, microcontroller requires less hardware because there are RAM, ROM. You don't need additional RAM or ROM in microcontrollers. But in microprocessor, you need additional RAM, additional ROM, and other peripherals. But here they are already present, so it requires less hardware. So I'm going with option number B, microcontrollers. Question number 17. Microprocessor based system is dash for design. More flexible, less flexible, and comparatively same. Microprocessor based system is more flexible for any design. This is the main concept of microprocessor. Okay, it is more flexible for making a design than microcontroller, because microcontroller has RAM and ROM in it and other peripherals, so it makes little bit complex. But for microprocessor, the system is easy. In the place of CPU, you are placing that microprocessor chip. But if you are going for microcontroller means it has more components in it, so it is difficult to design. So I'm going with option number A, more flexible. I'm just saying you how to keep in mind. Okay. Question number 18. Microcontroller based system is dash for design. Option A is given as more flexible. Option number B is given as less flexible. And option number C is given as comparatively same. Microcontrollers based system is dash for design means microcontrollers means it's less flexible. It has more components but less flexible. Flexible means we can adjust in microprocessor, but we can adjust in microcontroller, but we can adjust in microprocessor. Microprocessor is more adjustive type, so I have gone with more flexible type. Microcontrollers are not adjustive. They are made for a particular job. They are specially designed. There is special purpose digital computer, so it cannot be. It's less flexible, less adjustive type. Microprocessor means more flexible and is more adjustive type. Question number 19. Microprocessor operates about. Option A is given as 1 GHz. Option number B is given as 1 MHz. Option number C is given as 30 to 50 MHz. Microprocessor operates about 1 GHz. GHz means gigahertz, MHz means megahertz. So I'm going with option number A, 1 GHz. Microprocessor operates about 1 GHz. I'm going with option number A, 1 GHz. Question number 20. Microcontrollers operates from. Option number A is given as 1 GHz. Option number B is given as a few megahertz to 30 to 50 megahertz. And option C is given as 20 GHz. The right answer is a few megahertz to 30 to 40 megahertz. 30 to 50 megahertz. So I'm going with option number B, a few megahertz to 30 to 50 megahertz. Microprocessor has high cost. True or false? Microprocessor has high cost. So I'm going with option number A, true. Microcontrollers has low cost comparatively to microprocessor. Microcontroller has low cost comparatively to microprocessor. So I'm going with option number, that is B, false. Question number 23. Microprocessor can be used as a standalone. True or false? What is standalone? Microprocessor is single CPU built on a single IC chip. But in case of microcontroller, it is a combination of RAM, ROM, and microcontroller with other peripherals. So it can stand alone. We can work a mechanism in microprocessor, but we can't perform a program with only microcontroller. We can perform a calculation or a program in microcontroller, but we cannot perform a calculation or program in microprocessor. Microprocessor is only a single without only with CPU can we perform any calculations without monitor, without keyboard, without any input output device, without storing any memory. Can we perform a calculation? No, we can't perform. But in case of microcontroller, we have RAM, ROM, we have CPU, we have other peripherals such as input output devices are also built in microcontrollers. So microcontrollers can be used as a lonely device, as a cell phone. Cell phone can be used, but can we use only a CPU? No, we can't use just a CPU. We need a monitor, we need a keyboard, we need a mouse, we need a speakers, we need something to hear, to type, to enter our input. We need something. So I'm going with microprocessor can be used as standalone means it's false. In case of microcontroller can be used as standalone means it's true. Standalone means we can use it separately without any help, without any other device. Question number 25. Accumulator is also called as. Option A is given as A register. Option number B is given as flag register. Option number C is given as option number B is given as B register. Option number C is given as flag register, and option number D is given as C register. So I'm going with option number A. Flag accumulator is a register. AA. Keep in mind AA. Accumulator is also called as A register. Question number 26. Types of buses. There are three types of bus. One is address bus, one is data bus, and control bus. Options given here are option number A is address bus, option number B is data bus, option number C is control bus, and option number D is all the above. Types of buses means address bus, data bus, control bus. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. We can see the working later of these buses and upcoming questions. Question number 27. Various input and output devices and memory devices are connected to the CPU by groups of lines called buses. What are buses? Various input and output devices and memory devices are connected to CPU by groups of lines called buses. We can connect input and output and other memory devices with CPU with only some lines. We'll be connecting with wires. We'll be connecting CPU with our input device. We will be connecting CPU with output device. We'll be connecting CPU with memory device. If this is a CPU, this is an input device, keyboard, let it be keyboard. This will be mouse. This is monitor. This is a memory card. We don't place a memory card in in a computer. But memory card means you just imagine this as a pen drive. Okay, pen drive. Imagine this as a pen drive. Okay, not a memory card, pen drive. Then it will be confusing. We'll be connecting this with some lines, right? In diagram. In real actual world, 3D world, we'll be connecting it with wires. That wires in 2D line will be connecting with lines. That wires and lines are called as buses. So I'm going with option number A, true. The various output and input devices and memory devices are connected to a CPU by groups of lines called buses, true. Question number 28. Dash is a unidirectional bus and shortly it is called as dash. Which is a unidirectional bus? A bus. Only A bus is called a unidirectional bus because in A bus you can't, because in A bus you can't it's like a nozzle. Imagine it like a valve. Only you can give in, you can't take it back. Only the information flows in one direction, so it is unidirectional bus, and it is A bus is only a unidirectional bus. Other buses are not unidirectional. Okay, so I'm going with option number A bus. Dash a unidirectional bus, only A bus is a unidirectional bus. Dash is a bidirectional bus. Option number A is given as A bus, option number B is given as data bus, option number C is given as control bus, and option number D is given as both A, B and C. Bi-directional buses are data bus and control bus, so I'm going to option number D, both B and C. Both B and C are bi-directional bus, that is data bus and control bus. Data bus and control bus are bi-directional buses. Question number 30, which bus carries the address of a memory location or a input output device that the CPU wants to access? Which bus carries the address of a memory location or an input output device that the CPU wants to access? Option A is given as address bus, option number B is given as data bus, option number C is given as control bus. When our bus carries an address, it's called as address bus. So I'm going with option number A, address bus. If you see address, just click on address bus. Question number 31, which bus is used to carry or transfer data between the processor, memory and input output devices? Which bus is used to transfer data between processor and memory and input output device? You'll be entering a value in input device, it will be stored in memory and it will be processed, then again the information will be stored in memory, then again will be shown in input output device, will be shown in output device. There will be transfer of data between input and processor, input and memory and processor, memory and output. Which bus carries means which wire carries? In case of it will be if you take an heart, good bloods are carried by in our body. Good bloods are carried by arteries, and bad blood means deoxygenated blood is carried by veins. In a computer, the veins is replaced by bus, and the veins and arteries is replaced by buses. Buses means wires. Which wire transfers data between processor, memory and input output device is the question asked. Option A was given as address bus, option number B given as data bus, option number C is control bus. The question asked was about data, related to data, transfer of data. So I'm going with option number B, data bus. If the question was related to address, we should go with address bus. If the question is related to data, we'll go with data bus. Okay. Question number 32, dash is used to transfer data between processor, memory and input output device. There was a mistake in this question. Dash is used to transfer data between CPU and the processor, memory and input output device. If data is transferred between them, that is processor, memory and input output device, we call it as a data bus. If the data is transferred between CPU and these devices, processor, memory and input output device, we call it a we call it as control buses. Okay, because CPU is a control processing unit. If the data is transferred between CPU and other devices, then we will be called as control bus, because it is for controlling purpose. CPU just says this information should be gone to this particular place. This information should go to this place. The stored data in B must go to Z. The stored data in Z should be displayed in monitor. The stored data must be then print. If that information is given by CPU, that control instructions only will be performed by CPU. So control buses, we are going with control buses. If the transfer of data between CPU and other devices, CPU is for controlling device. Okay, controlling device. CPU only acts as the brain of the computer. What's the use of brain? To control, to process and all. CPU means central processing unit. It is it acts as the brain of a computer. We know that brain is for controlling purpose. So just think that from CPU to any other devices, that is processor, memory or input output device, we will be going with control buses. Whereas only transfer of data between processor, memory and input output device, we have to go with data buses. In other case, we have to go with that means in other case means CPU, and on this processor, memory and input device will be going with control bus. So I'm going with option number B, control bus. Don't get confused. If the transfer of data is between input output device, input output, memory and processor, it is all coming under data bus, transfer of data. But here transfer of data between CPU and processor, CPU and memory, and CPU and input device, we go with control buses. Question number 33. The advantage of microprocessor are: option number A is given as it simplifies system design. Option number B is given as it reduces development time. Option number C is given as it reduces cost and size. Option number D is given as it's very fast to perform operation. Option number E is given as all the above. Microprocessor is to build simplifies system design. The system for a big desktop and a laptop is different. For laptop, it will be design is very simple, easy to draw. So it go option number A is right. It simplifies the system design. Option number B, it reduces development time. For you don't need much components for such as you don't need many components for CPU separate components. You don't need CPU keyboard separate component. In case for a laptop, you need a keyboard, you need a you need a keyboard, you need a desktop, right? That monitor, that is displaying device for a laptop. But for a what desktop, you need separate speakers, you need separate computer CPU, you need separate keyboard, you need separate system. That all it simplifies the system design and it reduces time. Case of CPU, you are going to buy a CPU, you should buy a keyboard, you should buy a monitor. That all as you assemble, give connections by your own. That takes complex time. But for a microprocessor means microprocessor kept in our phones, our laptops, and our many devices is kept. For that, it reduces time. It reduces cost and size. Definitely it's portable and it is compact in size, so it is reduces cost and size. It is very fast to perform calculation. Calculator performs very fast calculation. Calculator is also one. In calculator also we'll be using microprocessor. Okay, the calculator performs faster calculations. So in that series, it's very fast and performs operations. Fast to perform operations. It reduces cost and size. It reduces development time. It simplifies the system design. So we need option number E, all the above. The first calculator was in the size of a suitcase. Anyone know that? The first calculator made was in the size of a suitcase. The suitcase will be a table big, the size of a table, big table. But now we have a very handy calculators. These are the advantages of microprocessor. Microprocessor simplifies the system design. It reduces the development time. It reduces for developing of CPU, for developing of a monitor, for developing of a keyboard, for developing of a mouse, for developing of a speaker, you need separate time. But for developing only a monitor and attaching with the keyboard, no need that much time. That only I told you. It reduces development time. It reduces cost and size. Going for separate components and going in all one component, it is different. It is costless. It is less of cost and size. Consumes less size. So I'm going with option number E, all the above. Question number 34. List few applications of microprocessor. Option A is given as used for speed control of machines. In used for speed control of machines, it is used for traffic control and industrial tool control. The traffic lights, it's also controlled by microprocessor. Industrial tool control means industries will be using CNC machines. In CNCs, we will be installing. There you have a CPU, but we will be for automatic robots. All will be using microprocessor only. Used for measurement, display, and control of current, voltage, pressure, temperature, etc. For temperature also we will be using digital thermometers. In case we will be using microprocessor. For digital voltage, voltometer, ammeter. For measurement also we will be having digital vernier caliper. In that instruments we will be using microprocessor only. So I am going with option number D, all the above. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like it. If you have any doubts, post in the comment section. If you really like the video and want to praise me also, you can put in the comment. I will be reading your comments. Your comment is my motivation. Don't forget that. Like sharing is caring. Also, don't forget that proverb. You have to share my link to your friends and ask them to subscribe. Anna University exam is coming very soon. It's no more date, so I'm going to post your videos frequently. Stay tuned and stay active. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.